KROI Seabrook, Houston. Welcome to Access Houston. Keeping you connected to our community. Access Houston on Boom 92. Boom 92. Classic hip hop.
Good Sunday morning. You're listening to Access Houston. I'm your host, KG Smooth. We got a bunch today. 4 incredible individuals. First, let me start with Mr. Ted Irving, who is the coordinator at Jack Yates High School, the School of Communications. Good morning. We also have Dalilah Whitmore. Mr. Whitmore, what is your title? You're one of the instructors?
Yes, I'm the graphic design instructor.
Pull it in. Yeah, go ahead. No, it's all good.
I'm the graphic design instructor at Jack Yates.
Yes, indeed. We also have Mr. John Rydlund from Maritime Academy. Welcome. Good morning. Yeah.
Good morning. How you doing?
I'm doing well. And we also have a student, the lovely Miss Jalesha Bass. Did I say that right?
Yes, you said it correct.
Well, welcome to Access Houston. So we are here because you all do a lot in the community. You have multiple magnet programs. So let's talk about the great stuff y'all got going on at Third Ward High.
What do you want to know first?
Well, let's talk about the School of Communications program that you all have there.
Well, School of Communications founded in 1978, and since then have been doing all kinds of things in the city and at the school. Currently, we just recently had our annual banquet, and the banquet guest speaker was Kim Gagne. So Kim Gagne is a former producer for KHOU CBS 11 here in town and the current supervisor and producer for the Steve Harvey Show.
Oh,
She's
nice.
a 2-time Emmy winner back-to-back, so she was a guest speaker. We also have huge support for the banquet and other events from Miss Sunny Messiah, who's the owner of the Defender Network. I don't like to say newspaper these days, but, you know, social media and news and covering issues in the African-American community. Even at that banquet, we had Jerome Gray, former anchor on CBS, who's now the head of Metro. So School of Communication has a lot going on. We also have some other events coming up pretty soon, like tomorrow, which I hate to give an old day, but it actually was on Thursday, April the 28th, which is our garden, our food desert project, which is a partnership with Texas Southern University. It is a grant. This is the 3rd year. And basically, our students work with Texas Southern's Mickey Leland Environmental and Justice Department to build a garden on our campus to teach kids about, healthy foods, how to grow their own foods, how to create smoothies. We have a smoothie machine. Once the food is grown and they go and dig it up, then we basically take the smoothie machine and make smoothies and really enjoy the day. So that has occurred, and we continue that partnership as well. So there's a lot.
Yeah, you guys do a lot. So, Mr. Rydlund, over there at Maritime Academy, I understand you all have many opportunities over there. You want to talk about that a little bit? What's
Certainly.
going on at Maritime?
In fact, a little bit of my background is I used to work for the Port of Houston Authority. I used to have a license as a 3rd officer, so transportation on ships is kind of my life. I've always enjoyed it. And interestingly enough, a lot of folks in Houston, not just around the 3rd Ward, but Houston in general, don't know a lot about the port and the impact on the city. So one of the things that the Port of Houston Authority has worked with Jack Yates, it's one of our big sponsors, and they are trying to help the city educate themselves on just how important that Port of Houston is.
Yeah, it's the largest port in the country, right?
Second largest. It's the largest in international cargo.
Oh, international. Okay.
So what we've done is
At least I was right somewhere.
Yeah.
I knew we were first somewhere.
In the ballpark. But now what we're trying to do is trying to get some of our students to actually get into the business, a very lucrative business, and it's growing. As a quick example, I was just looking here that Walmart, for example. Walmart is the biggest company in the world, and they import ocean-going containers, as you see on the road every day, not just through Houston, but through some of the other ports in the United States. Almost 800,000 containers a year.
Oh, wow.
So, a lot of that traffic is Walmart. And right below it is Target, Home Depot. So we're talking warehousing, we're talking trucking, we're talking shipping. So the opportunities are fantastic.
And at Maritime Academy, is there do students have to sort of take an exam, a test to get in? Is this how does it work? How can one be a part of, to the people listening or their parents, or maybe they're about to start high
we're
school?
open for enrollment in terms of you can come in and join us. All you have to do is come talk to Mr. Irving or myself, and we'll set you up. And one thing that I think is kind of an interesting thing is that people come talk to us and they don't realize just how big this is, just how big maritime and logistics and supply chain is. And we actually, one of the important things is that we're affiliated working with Houston Community College. So students like Ms. Bass are actually earning dual credits. So when they graduate, they're almost halfway to an associate's degree.
Yeah.
And we're going to be improving that a little bit. So it's a fantastic program that I'd like to encourage anybody to come and visit us and join our maritime team.
Yeah, that is amazing. That's good stuff. Jalesha, we're going to get to you in a minute. Miss Whitmore, so what do you teach over there at in the school?
So I teach in the School of Communications. I'm the graphic design teacher. We also have commercial photography, print production, TV, film production, and radio journalism, but I am the graphic design teacher.
And was graphic design something that you were always into, or you stumbled upon it and taught yourself Photoshop? Or
Well, I guess I was into graphic design without realizing that I was into graphic design. Like when I was younger, I would want to design everybody's birthday party invitations or the things at my high school if we had events coming up, but I didn't really realize that was a career opportunity. And then when I got to college, I went to Texas Southern and I joined the yearbook staff. And I ended up helping the editor then do the layout. And from there, I started teaching myself Photoshop, InDesign, Illustrator.
Nice. So, Jalesha, Miss Bass here, our dual student who's going to have a dual diploma or a degree or whatever. That's pretty dope. So,
Yeah.
how did you know that you wanted to be in the School of Communications?
Well, I didn't exactly know I wanted to be in the School of Communications. My great-grandmother actually went to Jack Yates, so I decided to go there also. And when I got there, I had to be enrolled in a magnet program because I wasn't, in the community. So once I got there, they put me in Maritime and the School of Communications, actually. So I got to see both sides. And actually in the School of Communications, I got to the freshman year. I got to go to every single class and see what it was like and then choose a career path that I wanted in that specific place.
Yeah. So which one do you enjoy the most at the school? Is it television? Is it radio? Is it film? Is it graphic design?
I can walk out of the room.
Well, actually,
is it over at Maritime?
Sophomore year, I did TV production, and then this year I'm doing radio, but I still do stuff for TV production. Like I'm the head anchor for the JY and
nice.
the head anchor for the JY radio show. So I actually just do both, and I like both of them because I get to talk.
Yeah. Well, if I can give you a bit of advice, learn as much as you can. Like become an asset to wherever you're going to go and work for. Even when you work for yourself, learn everything, and then people will come banging down your door because that's the thing. Never stop learning. Learn all that you can, and you will be the boss.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. Like one of the most important things that I've learned is that you have to learn to network.
Yes.
That's what we've been doing a lot of.
And I like your spirit. You've got a beautiful smile. You're nice. I mean, being nice, it's nice to be nice. It is nice to be nice. You're listening to
not
Access.
Only is she learning, I'm telling you, she approached me today and said, I need you to review my 3-page resume. And I was like, oh, in high school, 3-page resume?
I know, right?
And she said, oh, yeah. She started just listing everything she was involved in. So she's like really poised and primed for any university out there.
Absolutely. You're listening to Access Houston. We're talking to the great people over at Jack Yates High School at the School of Communication. So you have this portfolio show that is coming up May 18th. Let's talk about that. What does that entail?
Well, so the portfolio show is basically an idea taken from the universities across the country. Specifically here in town, Art Institute of Houston has an annual portfolio show. So we were like, we're moving into this phase in K-12 education called project-based learning, which that's kind of part of it. So it's like, well, wait a minute, if we're moving into this phase, why don't we go ahead and start implementing a portfolio show similar to what colleges do? And so the portfolio show is essentially a job fair, but what it is employers come to your school. Your students will have their own table, and at their own table will be their portfolio with resume, cover letter, references, their business card, a laptop showing their business webpage, or a PowerPoint that shows their skill set with pictures and photos and things that they've done or worked on. So, for example, in Maritime, a student may have on their PowerPoint or website images of them operating a forklift, working on a boat, repairing a boat, obtaining their TWIC card, which is basically a government access to the port. A communication student, of course, Photoshop will have examples of the images that they've modified or created, or photos. So portfolio shows are important, and those employers, when they come to your table, they're basically assessing, critiquing, and reviewing your portfolio. And what our hope is, the same on the college, is that an employer says, you know what, I need an intern this summer. Or you're somebody I may be willing to give a scholarship to. Or somebody I may need to give a summer job to, or at the minimum, offer that student an opportunity to shadow or have an observation for like a week or maybe 2 weeks. So it's about giving opportunities to students, but it's also about showing the industry that, hey, we are here preparing students to go to work in your industry, television, film, graphic design, photography, and radio, and the maritime industry, and all of these sub-careers underneath that. We're preparing kids, and we want you to see it. We don't want you to wait until they graduate from college. We want you to see that we can do it now.
And for those that are listening, it's like, okay, well, I want to see it. May 18th, where will it be?
On the campus of Yates High School from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., so that 2-hour block. It will be in our main hallway. So basically, when you walk into the front of the school, that's the main hallway. You'll see kids, our seniors, all throughout that main hallway at tables. They're going to have their laptops out. They'll be dressed in their shirt and tie and, selling themselves. Basically, hey, I'm selling my skills and career assets now, my skill sets now. And you know what, man, I really need a scholarship. I need a job. I need a summer job.
Yeah, that's going to be amazing. Yeah, so Ms. Bass, I want to ask you, how was it once you got, when you did your first year, your sophomore year on the television side? Were you nervous your first time being the anchor? And was it hard to read a teleprompter? Do you all have a teleprompter?
Well, yeah, we have a teleprompter. Okay, so we do like the morning announcements, and we broadcast them onto YouTube. So we do have teleprompters to help us read the announcements. Well, we just recently got it. I was sort of nervous at first, but I just got used to it because it was just like the only people in the room were me, my friend, and my teacher. So it's just like talking to them on a regular basis. And sophomore year, it wasn't really on the, being behind the camera. It was actually working the cameras and how to record. And we made like short movies and music videos. We got to write our own scripts for a movie or a play. And then we actually got to record it like around campus and during class and stuff like that.
It sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
You're having fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, yes, Mr.
Actually,
Rydlund.
one thing I'd like you to note is ask her what she's thinking to do after graduation.
Yes, we will get there. You hold that thought.
Because it's not communication. Is that correct?
I ain't trying to start no mess. So on to you, Miss Whitmore. So the kids that take your class, how do they react like to when you show them, like, say, your work, or do they inspire you and come up with dope ideas that also help inspire your creations when it comes to graphic design?
I think it's a little bit of both. Like I was saying before, I think that a lot of times younger people, like I didn't think of graphic design as a career, even though you kind of bypass graphics all day, every day. You don't think like, oh, that could be an actual career path. So I think when I first got to the school and showing the students my personal portfolio and even other artists' portfolios, it was kind of like an eye-opener, like, oh, okay, this is something I could do. I actually kind of already do this in my phone and apps. I create these different things, not realizing that this is something that's actually marketable. And then as far as their work, Yeah, I think that they definitely probably keep me young and keep me like in tune to what's going on. Because sometimes I still freelance myself, and certain things that I might think are cool is actually kind of dated, and so they keep me fresh and up to date with what's going on.
So what's the hot new when it comes to graphic designs? Like, put me up on game.
Put you up on game. Now I think it's kind of like a more of a minimalist kind of wave going on. So when I first started doing
like a less
design,
is more type
yeah,
of?
like definitely a less is more, very clean, very simple, clear communication. And so even when you look at album covers, even music videos and things now, you don't see as showy and ostentatious backgrounds anymore. It's very simple, it's very clean. So that's kind of the direction of the industry right now.
That's great. So with graduation coming up, I mean, the school year is about to come to an end. When is school out?
May
25th, 26th, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
not too much longer.
No.
No, it's the 27th.
27, okay.
They added on 2 days.
Because of the flood days, probably.
Storm.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, that was to be expected. I mean, come on, you enjoyed it while it lasted.
It was all right.
So, having said all of that, to all the moms and dads and parents out there listening, they have 8th graders. When does enrollment? They're listening like, hey, maybe you might want to go to Third Ward High and go to the School of Communications.
Right. Yeah. We want, hey, come on, bring them on. So look, it's not too difficult. It's pretty easy. So every fall, Houston Independent School District has a magnet recruiting season from October to December. So this past October to December, the deadline was December 18th to get into your magnet school of choice. You were able to choose 3 schools. That's called phase 1. So for people who missed that whole phase and they didn't get the opportunity, we're now in phase 2. So every spring is phase 2, and that's been going on since February and will not end until August the 16th. So we can take students all the way from, now really all the way to August the 16th.
Okay.
We can enroll them and they can apply. And the way that they apply is that they have to go online. It's all electronic, and it's HoustonISD.org/Yates, Yates, I'm sorry. HoustonISD.org/Yates,
Yates.
Yates. I know I get a little tongue-tied. So if they go online and apply, they can get all their information in. They still have to come to school, fill out enrollment papers, and they're going to need to do that, of course, before August the 16th. Once May ends, they can still apply. They can't apply online, but they can do it by paper. So if they come to the school in the summer, say, hey, I want to apply for the magnet program, I am an incoming 9th grader, we will provide them the paperwork, and they can fill it out. They give it to me, and of course, we enter it in the system. So it's not too difficult.
Okay, so get the login on, parents that are listening now. And so before we go, I would be remiss if I didn't ask you, Jalesha, what are you going to do after graduation? What career path have you chosen to take?
Okay. Well, I did choose Maritime mostly for the fact that Maritime makes more money and it's more reliable.
Okay.
I actually plan on being a Houston pilot.
Nice.
Do you know what not a airplane
Like,
pilot, but
not
a boat pilot?
Oh.
Do you know what a boat pilot is, sir?
No, I do not.
Okay, well,
She's a teacher now.
basically, so you have all these foreign ships coming in with foreign people. They can't read English. They've never been to the port before. So basically, a pilot goes out and they get on the ship through a ladder or a helicopter from a boat or whatever. And they get on the boat and they take control of the ship and they take it to wherever it needs to dock to, unload and load containers and things of that sort. And that's basically all they do. And they get $500,000 a year with great benefits.
Oh, wow. Well, go ahead on. Get your paper. Get your money. And thank you for your time, man.
Oh, and look, hey, before you cut it, I know you're on time. We got to send a shout out to Kenneth Davis, principal. Got to send a shout out.
Mr. Davis. What's up, Mr. Davis?
Yeah.
I said, I was there when
The whole team.
the NCAA was there. They had the basketball camp at Yates. I was the MC for that. So, yeah. What up, Mr. Davis? So, thank you, Mr. Ted Irving, coordinator of Jack Yates School of Communication, Ms. Dalilah Whitmore, who is one of the instructors, Mr. John Rydlund of Maritime Academy, and the lovely, the graduate, the money-making woman that she is going to be. Yeah, big time boat pilot.
Hiring us.
Jalesha Bass. Thank you so much. Thank you all for your time.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you've been listening to Access Houston.
Hey, look. Thank you for listening to Access Houston. Want your community event or nonprofit organization considered for a conversation on Access Houston? Email us at myboom92@gmail.com. Put Access Houston in the subject line. More classic hip hop is next on the new Boom 92.